Most of the conversations in the workplace that go badly because the two parties are actually in different conversations. Their thought processes, their assumptions, their preferences, their agenda are on different tracks. And then suddenly, the whole thing derails. Hi, my name is Dawn, and this is Have That Talk. So you're in the quarterly planning meeting, and the marketing lead pulls up her presentation, goes through her plans for the next 3 months. And while she's presenting, you notice that there's a bit of a discrepancy in the numbers. So you jump in and ask, those numbers look exactly the same as the ones for Q2. Is that right? And then you notice a shift. Her mouth tightens. She straightens up, takes a deep breath, and then says, "Thanks for your comment. We've been through these numbers countless times and they're correct." You wanted to be helpful, but she felt the sting of criticism in your words, and that triggered her threat response. Defend, protect, shut down. So let's look at what happened there. Most of us stumble into conversation, whether it's in a meeting, passing somebody by in the corridor, or while you're getting your coffee. Somehow we feel the need to express our opinions, our advice, without actually reading the room. And I'm sure it comes from a good place. You want to be helpful. But sometimes this helpfulness actually has a negative impact. Most people presenting in public, especially if they're inexperienced or feeling a little bit tense or insecure, don't respond positively to a negative comment coming from the audience. Their emotional need is actually for encouragement, support, and reassurance. So when you point out a mistake in the slide deck, it cuts really deep. And as the person who makes this throwaway comment, you may think, I was just being honest, I was trying to be helpful. And the response, because it's so clear, makes you think that the person is oversensitive or not receptive to feedback or just resistant. And this is a judgment that is quite unfair. Because in any interaction, there are two parties. It's like a dance. You step back, they move in. They step back, you move in. And if that's coordinated, everything flows, it feels good, it feels positive. But sometimes it feels as if the dance is on ice. And if you're not familiar with the steps, the choreography, or the environment that you're in, it's easy to step on somebody's toes. And this misunderstanding has a cost on several levels. First of all, it costs you trust, because the person you're interacting with thinks that you're critical and unsupportive. It could also cost you the outcome, because the person could just cut you off from future meetings, future decisions, because they feel that your input is negative and detrimental to their cause. So in the example with the marketing colleague who seems to have presented the Q2 numbers instead of the Q3, this is how you could have reframed it. Firstly, not as a correction, but as an invitation to collaborate. Something like, these numbers look quite familiar, which makes me wonder if you got the latest input from my team about our production forecast. I'll make sure you get the data right after this meeting. You've noticed the discrepancy and you're offering your support. The other way to do it is to put yourself in the beginner's mind. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the numbers, and this is how you frame it. I'm not sure I understand the numbers. Does this mean that Q3 will be flat? This positions you as a person who is curious and wants to understand. The third option might be the most difficult, and that is to give credit where it's due, but to provide input where it's necessary. We had a strong Q2, and it seems that things will be slowing down in Q3, right? What this does is give integrity to the interaction. So even though it feels as though you're dancing on ice, it's still important to speak up. It's still important to have that talk. Okay? I'll see you next time.